What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the run. So I decided to do this quick video because I got a little irritated with Swift yesterday, and here's why. So actually not yesterday, this weekend. So for all of you guys that don't know, freight sucks everywhere. I don't know if you went to my last video, and I kind of talked about how me running with Swift before, like I kind of got to pick where I wanted to go and stuff like that. And yesterday was kind of a realization like that doesn't really happen anymore. So let me give you a rundown. So I came back on a Wednesday. And they had me drive up. No, I take that back. I came back on a Thursday from home time. They had me drive up to Tulare or Tulare, whatever, for my California drivers. You know what I'm talking about. So they had me drive all the way up to Tulare to go pick up a load, to bring it back, to drop back off in the yard. We call it a T-call here at Swift. I don't know what everybody else calls it. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll run that, and then maybe you guys have something else for me. Now, they wanted me to deliver it early, which sometimes you can do, but I know this place from running it before. They usually don't like deliveries early. Like they staff for their appointment times. So if you show up early or a day early, they may not take you. So I get down here, I called them because I still got the guy's number. I call them, they said, nope, just come on your delivery time. Perfect, right? So I go park. Side note, the yard in Drupa Valley is horrible for parking. Like it's almost like a Pilot or a Love's. Like if you don't get there at the right time, you're not gonna find parking. Or if you don't just come in there bobtail. Now don't get me wrong, the reason why it's like that is because all the trailers have been moved from their facilities wherever they were sitting when the freight was good, and they were kind of going in and out, in and out, in and out. They brought all the trailers back. So it's really hard to park. Like even to do a T-call, like it's really hard. Excuse me. So anyway, so I text them and I was like, hey, I'm dropping, I'm good. And they were like, you're still on the load. I'm like, nope, it's a T-call. They don't want me to deliver early. I'm dropping it. Can you put me on something new? And they're like, they just kept questioning me about it. And this was the extended coverage people. So it was the weekend guys, not my normal guys. And so they call me and I tell them like, hey, listen, like they don't want it early. I'm dropping it. It's already on a T-call. Like I don't want it. I want to keep moving. Because they were like, oh, well, you're going to have to deliver it on the 8th, which is today. And I'm like, no, because now I'm going to be sitting for 3 days. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like you guys, like I don't want to sit here for 3 days. And so they were like, okay, so they took me off of it. Then I get put back on a load. That was Friday. So I got back into town Friday night. I left Friday morning. I got back Friday night. Then they put me on a load that was in the yard that was T-called to come to the same exact place. And so I didn't want to accept it. They had me going from basically Fontana or Ontario to drop this load, then to go to Paris at another craft facility to go drop off at in Phoenix. So I only accepted the Phoenix load. So they called me and they were like, hey, we see that you only accepted one load. I'm like, yeah, because I know this place. You want me to pick this other load up at 12, but you know, this place, I know how like it could be. Like they could take kind of long, and I don't want to sit. Like I just want to go pick up my load and keep it moving. And they were like, well, let me check the dock time. I'm like, the dock time? Like I didn't know they tracked dock times. And I'm just capping at this point. Like I know this facility has its ups and downs, but usually they don't take long. Like right now it's 10 o'clock. I got here at 8. Oh, somebody hit my truck. I'll do a video on that later, because that made my day kind of messed up. So anyway, right now it's about almost 9:35, right? I've been here since 8. Okay, they're back there doing their thing right now. So I was like, I don't want to sit, and then I got to drive all the way to Paris, And I know Paris is just a drop-in hood. It's a preloaded trailer, so I don't even have to go and get live loaded. So I just go drop and go. I'll be in what, Phoenix by like 4 o'clock. If I do this right, my delivery's not till 9 in the morning. So they were like, well, it says the dock times only take an hour. I was just sitting next to a driver that was here for almost 3 hours. So I was like, okay, all right, let's see what you guys got. So I accepted it, came out here, 8 o'clock. Somebody hit my truck. There's a big gash in the side of my truck now with the headlight busted. Like, I'm so pissed about that. But anyway, so now I'm gonna go out to Phoenix, and then they have me double stacked on a load going from Phoenix to I think the City of Industry is Buena Park. So this is the first time they've double stacked me. They've never did that before. They haven't done that since I've been back. Usually they'll double stack you, so like I'll know they'll look at my time and they'll do the calculations or whatever their algorithm is, and they'll see how much time I have left, and then they'll sometimes triple stack me. Once I pick up a load, they'll already start looking for me another one. Every time I call here, and it may be different for the lease operators, but every time I call here, they always say we gotta wait till in the morning. We gotta wait till in the morning, because a lot of the freight here now, it seems to be like a same day book. So that kind of irks me, because it's like I didn't want to be here. Like, I could have stayed home. Like, like you guys know, I live in San Diego, so I could have stayed home. I didn't have to sit up here. Luckily I had a friend up here who was like, hey, you know, my friends are having a bridal shower, like, do you want to, like, you know, do you want to come? It's like a barbecue and all this stuff. I was like, sure, why not? Because I'd have been sitting in my truck, or I would have went home and wasted gas to go home for like a day and a half and then turn around and came back. And I don't like that. And I don't know when the freight market's gonna get better. And I probably need to do a little bit more research on why it's like that, because I know for a fact that there's still products being produced and stuff coming in through these ports all the time. So I don't know why it's just completely just crap. I don't know if it's the shipper's fault. I don't know if it's the broker's fault. I don't know if it's some of these weird truck companies doing some weird stuff. I don't know what's going on. But when you got me sitting for 3 days, now sometimes Swift, what they'll do is, if say this load I pick up tomorrow, I come back to California and it's like, I don't know, let's say it's 2 days to the delivery time. I think they do pay you like whatever your hourly rate is. I think they pay you just for sitting, but it's like, why? I don't need to sit. Like, let me drop this and let me go on my way, or you know, something like that. So I think Swift and maybe a lot of these other mega carriers need to just grab more like day work, like day cab drivers, like local drivers, and they need to get bigger like facilities. That way all these over the road guys, kind of think of it like an airport, right? You have the regional guys, which yeah, they can get you to your destination, but really they're just feeding you into the bigger airport for you to get on a bigger airline or a bigger airplane to go further away, right? Well, have these long haul guys drop off to a bigger terminal, to the big terminal, and then let the local guys take it to the local delivery wherever it's at. And that way they keep the local guys running, they keep the long haul guys running. In a perfect world, I think that's how it should work, because right now, like, if you were to go look at the Swift terminal right now, and don't get me wrong, if you're a company driver right now, you're probably in a better position than a lot of owner operators, just freight wise and all that stuff like that. But if you go to the Swift terminal here in Drupa Valley, it's packed. Like, there's trucks everywhere, just people waiting to do something, I guess. Like, I was in the driver's lounge and all this, like, there's just people everywhere just waiting. They're not getting a load till Monday, they're not getting a load till Tuesday, or they don't know when they're getting a load. So that's my one like about Swift right now. And I guess maybe it's just the trucking industry, because it's not Swift in itself, But like the trucking industry in general is just kind of like in this weird funk right now, and some drivers aren't moving. You know, I don't want to live in this truck. Like I didn't want to sit in here 3 days. Like I don't have stuff in here to just last 3 days. Like I do for emergencies, but not just to kick it. So yeah, so that's my one big gripe about Swift and the trucking industry right now. I think Swift could do a better job of, I guess, trying to stack their drivers. I know there's a lot of them out there. I know a lot of them that came back from being owner operators and stuff like that, or lease operators, and back into company drivers. And I know there's a lot, like I just seen an orientation class with like 15 people in it. So I know there's some backlog, but you know, let's just try to do a little bit better. You know, the pay is already not that great, so try to keep us running as much as you possibly can. So anyway, that was my gripe for today. I'm gonna do a video about the effort that hit my truck, and I'll show you guys the damage. And yeah, you know, my pretty truck now has a scar on it, but hey, it kind of matches the owner. I have a scar up here. So anyway, you guys stay blessed and have a good one.